Well, hello, my friend. My name is Terry Petrovic. For the past 2 decades, I've been teaching, coaching, and training people how to succeed in small businesses. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is it's important, certainly, to be passionate about what you do, but it's really, really important to be mindful of the words that you choose about your brand, about how you can help solve people's problems. And quite honestly, a lot of people drop the ball here. So I reached out to a good friend of mine. She is an amazing leader, coach, a trainer on an international level. Her name is Bobbie McGrath. She specializes in helping you take that positive message that you have and equipping it, polishing it a little bit more to help you build your brand and create more success online. Bobbie, I just want to say thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me, Terry. I've been looking forward to it.
Well, you are somewhat magical when you walk into a room. I know your energy is highly contagious and attractive. And I think a lot of it is how you carry yourself, your posture, but it's also how you speak. And let's, take people behind the curtain a little bit and share a little bit about how you got to where you are in terms of being a wordsmith and a professional speaker.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, first of all, a long, long, long time ago, I had a teacher, Miss Tanya Williams, and guess what she taught me? Words mean things. And it was like, you can change the world with the words that you select. And I remember writing a speech, and she took a look at it and she took a red pen to it. She tore it apart. And I said, I know this is way better than anybody else. I think she gave me a C on it, right? I was like devastated because I was like an A girl, always going for the A. And she said, you can do better. And so I listened to her, I went and I changed the shape of the words. It was so much more effective, so much more clear. I even got an A for the paper on the other side. But that was just a transition time. And going through life, I just realized I would see how a positive word could uplift someone and how a single negative word could just knock the sails out of
Mm,
knock the wind out of the sails of someone.
yeah.
So I just have always looked at that and I thought, I get to choose each and every day to each and every person. I get to choose the words I want to say. So I choose to go positive and empowering.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. So we're going to talk today about the 7 steps that you've discovered, and you're
Yes.
going to share with everybody that they can, superpower their words and their language and their brand and their marketing and stuff like that. How do you get started in the whole process, Bobbie? What's that first step?
Well, the first step to being able to chart a new path for yourself is to look where you are. So,
Mm,
what I would recommend now is to take a nice deep look at the marketing you currently have in place. You're going to be looking at your website. You're going to be looking at the emails that you send out. You're going to be really listening to when someone says, what is it you do or what is it you sell? What are the words that you've chosen to get that point across? Even look at your business cards. You want to look at your social media posts. What are the terms or phrases that you use right now and make a list. Make a list of all of those, good, bad, ugly. Don't second guess it, just throw them all down on a piece of paper.
all right. And once that list is made, what's the next step?
Okay, so the next thing is I want you to reconsider your word choices. I want you to
Mm,
really look at them and ask yourself some questions like, are they industry standard? In your particular industry, are you using the terms and phrases that everybody else does? If so, I want you to put a check mark against that. I don't want a star on that, a check mark. Okay. So if they're industry standard, put that check mark. Are they, for instance, industry standard, small, medium, and large? Well, tall, venti, grande. Need I say more on that topic, right? And then
yeah.
the
Which
next
one
one
is the
would
big one,
be,
right?
yeah, yeah, I know. It's like just that one. I just point. So I feel intimidated. I point. And then, are they memorable? So
Mm,
think of this one. Just do it.
yeah.
Very
Nice.
simple words, right? We all know Nike. Do you know
Yep.
that was over 30 years ago?
Wow.
30 years ago, and it's still effective today. We all know who that is. And then, does it reflect your unique position within your industry? So Amy Porterfield happens to be someone that I follow, and she is an online trainer of online trainers. And so knowing that, when you do anything about her, all of her words are aimed towards that. So you need to ask yourself that. And also, and I just mentioned a moment ago, are they positive and empowering words, or are they negative and judgmental? So
Can
within
you
my
give us
industry,
several examples of that?
oh, absolutely. Like in my industry, the home staging industry,
Mhm.
there's two terms I will not use. I'm going to use them today because this is a learning situation, but I call it the C word, clutter. Clutter. When you say clutter, there's this negative connotation to that. And so instead, when I come into someone's home, I say, oh, they'll say, oh, I know there's all this clutter. I'm like, no, 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 no. This is an opportunity. This is my shopping center. I'm going to save you money as a result of this. So you change the shape of that. And the second word is dated. I mean, the minute you buy anything, there's a time stamp on it. Now, you say dated, people feel judged and they think, oh, you're going to make me buy all these things. No, but when you put a time stamp on it, you get your point across, but it's in a different way. And they actually remember that.
Mm,
And again, that memorable part is important.
love it. Love it. That's great.
Yeah. And so once you've gone through that process, what I'm looking for, so once you've reconsidered that, I want you to do a Google search. So I'm going to tell you a bunch of little things to do on. You guys have homework, okay? So go on to Google, and I want you to do search terms, looking for marketing terms to avoid, because there are a lot. And so that's an easy way for you to look at them and look at the list you just made. Do you have those? Are your words on their list? So that's an easy thing to do. And then keep that handy. I honestly, I do. I have those lists. I have lots of lists like that because I'm constantly researching what the words mean, not only the dictionary meaning, but that emotional baggage meaning. So that's very important. And then what I want you to do is reflect on what it is that you're really selling. Now you could say, well, I sell clothes. Well, maybe you sell clothes actually to women 28 to 45 years of age who are business women who want to be seen as vibrant and successful. You're going
Mm,
to be carrying different clothes than if you're carrying clothes down in Miami near the beach, right?
right.
The words you use will be different. What are you really selling? An agent. I'm in the real estate world. So what are agents selling? People say they're selling houses, they're selling property. No, they're not. What they're really selling is hope. They're selling hope that the property is going to sell short time, lots of money. Or on the other side, they're sharing or they're selling hope of a new future, whether it's a business future or the family future. So they're selling hope. So really look at not necessarily what is the product or the service you're selling, what are you really selling? And I want you to make a list of that. And really, if you spend time doing this, you're going to have 1 to 3 items that you can really own. That's really important, I think. Okay. And so now that you know what you're really saying, I want you to reimagine your client base. And you hear all the time, you know, what is your ideal client? That word gets used so much, to me, it's kind of lost its meaning. So I was thinking, how do you come up with a way? So reimagine your client base. If you could just wave a magic wand, poof, and the perfect client were to contact you, what would you say to them? How would you speak to them? What terms would you use to talk with them? What questions would they ask? Write
Mm,
these down. Write these down. Because what questions would they ask you? And as and what terms would it be that they would know? What could you say or do that would make them know that they were just in the exact right place for them to be? So
right.
those are important questions to ask yourself too.
Where do you see in using the words? I know from a copywriting standpoint, I'm big on benefits versus features.
Mhm.
How do we transition that to speaking to people about what they're going to get or what they could potentially buy?
So you mean translating from the written word into the way that we speak to people?
Well, just speaking in terms of benefits, a lot of times people will talk about in real estate the location, the features of the house, square
Mhm.
footage, school, stuff like
Mhm.
that, as opposed to the benefits of, a home that is the perfect environment for raising children or community or things like
Mhm.
that. How important is that? And how do people, because I think a lot of people talk in terms of features as opposed to benefits in terms of what the potential client or prospect could get from it.
That's a really good question because what it is, people want to know what's in it for me. What's in it for me?
Right.
How is my life going to be better? How is it going to be easier? How is my life going to be enriched by doing this? By, partaking. If you just put down a list of all the things that you're going to do for somebody and how you're going to do it, it has nothing to do with them. It's all about you. So change the way that you're looking at it and look for the benefits. It's vital. It's actually vital in today's market. We have a different world now. We're no longer in the world of, we're international because of the internet. Whatever it is you're doing is international.
Right.
And people can go a lot of places to get your service or product. So they want to know what's in it for me. How do I benefit? So I think that's great. Perfect.
All right.
Terry, I'm never quiet, right?
You are.
So
what's the next step?
Okay, so the next step is I want you to also, this actually segues what we were just talking about. I want you to really be thinking about, with the internet having, changed the world. This is actually, the other day, I received in the mail, of all things, the Yellow Pages. Hello, the Yellow Pages. I was a little traumatized because it was only this thick. Growing up, they were this
I'm not
thick,
familiar
right?
with that. What is that Yellow Pages thing?
Okay.
I'm not old enough.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's it. Somebody said that's a kid's booster seat. I said, yeah, that's it.
That's
So
true.
yes, but the Yellow Pages, it's like, I remember 16 years ago when I began my business, I went big time and I decided I was going to advertise in the Yellow Pages. So what did I do? I went down there, and as I was talking to their rep, I was telling them, these are the words I'd like to use. And they were like, no, that's not going to work. People can't find you. You're going to have to be more general. And I was like, oh, because I wanted to be different, right? I wanted to be different and stand out. Well, you can't stand out in the Yellow Pages because people don't know how to find you. So in our previous
Right.
world, we advertised according to the Yellow Pages. Now with the internet, we can specialize. And in fact, if you use too general of a term, you're just somebody in the ocean
Yep.
doing what you do. So it's vital that you figure out who is that client that I want to appeal to. What are the words I can use so that they can find me? And then find those specific words and use them. Remember those questions? What are the questions my clients would ask me? Well, guess what? Those are the questions. You go to Google. This is homework again. Go into Google and think, if someone were looking for me, what would they look for? And so what question would they ask? Put that question in, and then you're also going to see a whole series of questions, additional questions. People who've asked that questions have also asked. That's gold. That is gold when it comes to you creating your marketing words.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and then make a list of those and put those questions into your marketing, and then looking for the answers to those questions. That's what will pull you out. Okay.
So let's do a little recap here about the steps, and then once we've worked through that homework and figured out those words, how do we jump to hyperspace and superpower?
Okay, so what you do is, once you've gone through all this process and you've culled these different words, what I'd like you to do is to refresh your marketing. Take those words with new eyes, with a new understanding, and use those words and phrases that will allow you to position yourself and to be searchable. You gotta be SEO compliant. You just have to be. I heard someone speak recently that said, if you're doing business the same way today as you did 5 years ago, you're just a business that's out of business. You just don't know it yet. And I was a little offended at first, right? And then I got to thinking about it, and I thought, as little as 5 years ago, it was different. And technology is changing us. And whenever there's a technological change, those who embrace the changes survive, thrive, and survive, right? The ones who don't, what happens? That's why we've been losing all these huge companies that were icons. It's because they insisted on holding on to a prior business model. So take these words, refresh your marketing, and utilize those. And then you relaunch. Put it out there, make a big splash. If you have terms that really resonate for you and your business, make your heart sing, when you say them, your clients laugh and smile and say, oh yeah, grasp a hold of that and own that term. It's really, really important.
That's cool. That's cool. So let's recap those 7 steps one more time for our viewers, Bobbie.
Okay, you got it. Say, so first of all, review your current marketing efforts, your words and your phrases, make a list. I want you to reconsider your word choices. Are they positive, empowering, or are they negative and boring and negative, actually? Also, reflect on what is it that you're really selling, not only the product or service, but the reason behind it. Reimagine your client base. Research your niche. Make sure that you have researched it so that you know the terms that'll work best for you. Take that step. Now that you know this stuff, apply it. Refresh your marketing and then relaunch. And then you know what? You'll be flying high with your super power cape floating behind you.
You make it sound so easy, but I know it's not that easy, and it does require a lot of work. So if somebody wants to learn a little bit more, we've got your contact information scrolling at the bottom. Do you have anything that you could share with them that might be able to help them, or a way that they could maybe get some insider coaching from you?
Absolutely. If they'd like to reach out to me, you can contact me here. Thank you, Terry, for that. And I have a PDF that I'll be happy to send to you, and it outlines these steps a little more deeply so that you can take these action steps and move forward. But if you ever want to go into a deeper dive, again, I do coaching exactly on these things, and I'm all about leaving the world in a more positive and empowered way. So I'd love to meet with you and help you do exactly that.
Well, I appreciate you sharing. You got so much knowledge and so much wisdom, and everything that I've ever seen you do and touch and interact with is always first class. So my friend watching this, if any of this resonated with you, reach out to Bobbie. She's an amazing person, an amazing coach. You'll learn a lot just by having a very short conversation. And my guess is that after a little bit of time with Bobbie, you will be able to take your business to that next level, or at least head in that right direction. It does take a lot of work and it takes some effort, but with the right words and the right coach, it can happen for you. Bobbie, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it.
You betcha. All right, my friend. If I can help you with anything, my name is Terry Petrovic. Just reach out to me, send me a message. I believe that we are in unique times, but I also believe in these times comes unique opportunity. Again, Bobbie and I are here to support you, encourage you, and remember this: happiness is a choice, success is a choice, and so is prosperity. Make it a better than terrific day and a prosperous one, because you, my friend, yes, you absolutely deserve it. Until next time, bye-bye for now.